All right, today is November 26th, 2016, and right now at 8 o'clock p.m. in the Foothills, we have a temperature of 44 degrees. The relative humidity is 91%. We have a dew point of 42 degrees, and the barometer is reading 29.90 inches. And today we had a quarter-inch of rain, and that came very quickly. We had some heavy rain that moved in out of this system right here. This moisture field right here was diverted, and we can see that there was a lot of heavy, what looked like a lot of a thick column of water through this area. It's red, okay, but this area here was all chemtrailed over very heavily, and that's why Arizona and New Mexico did not get much rain throughout the day. Now, right now on the Doppler map, there is some rain showing up in Arizona and New Mexico. We'll take a look at all this. Let's take a look at the water vapor map. We can see a transmitter right here boring a hole in this jet stream flow. We've got a problem here. We have a developing system. As this dives down, it wants to start to spin, and they are thwarting that effort. We can see a hole right here developing, and there is a forecast for more rain tomorrow. We can see this. Here's a counterclockwise spinning a low pressure system right over here, which has a transmitter on it. And that is what is causing the jet stream to have to reroute itself. It's diving down. And of course, it wants to spin counterclockwise as it dives down. And that's what we're seeing here. And that's why we're seeing all this black showing up. And that is a transmitter preventing that from occurring. All right, so let's just take a look at some of these maps. This is what brought us the rain today. We got just a hair over a quarter inch. And let's look at the jet stream map next. And we can see there's a disruption in the flow right here. And that's where that transmitter is, breaking up that counterclockwise area it wants to spin. Okay, now here's the bigger map, the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop. And we can see that this is an upper level low pressure system right here, which is surrounded by the transmitter right here is right on top of this, trying to stop development. And we'll see how far that gets. We have this huge area of thunderstorms right here, which is still producing a long tail of moisture, which should be going right into California, but they've got that diverted. We've got high pressure through here, and then it's channeling all that moisture out through Arizona and New Mexico. Now, we're going to take a look at some of these maps here pretty soon, and you'll see that this area here was just totally sprayed. It was some of the most intense spraying I've ever seen. In fact, let's just go take a look at that right now. This is the Modus Today map. We're looking at this is the Arizona New Mexico border right here. And we can see the tremendous chemtrail spraying. We can see some of these lines here, which are fresh, but all this haze, this is all the trails that have spread out. Okay, so this is really incredible. This is why there was no rain from this huge front moving through Arizona and New Mexico, because it was sprayed over with chemtrails. It's real simple. We've got a bozo on the channel who calls himself Russell Max, who was asserting that that the chemtrails aren't working too well, and that's why we got the rain today, and the transmitters don't work, and the whole thing is a pile of baloney. The fact is, Mr. Russell Max, is that this area was not chemtrailed. That's why it rained today. That's why we had rain today. All right, let's look at the map here. Right here. This area was not sprayed, but this area was, and that's why this area didn't get rain most of the day. And of course, we got about a quarter inch down here in Southern California. If you take a look at the Doppler map, we can see a lot of manipulation right here over Tucson, Arizona. There's a transmitter. You can see the effect that's having. A ground-based transmitter, we can triangulate all these straight lines to a point right in this area. north of the 10 freeway. We've already identified that area. Now let's pan out here and take a look at what's going on in Southern California right now. We can see some rain still moving in through Orange County and San Diego County, Imperial County. We zoom out, most of the rain is all up here in Central and Northern California. There's a lot of rain up here, a lot of yellow. And our rain fell in about a half hour's time, and then it stopped raining. Okay, now here is the this is the southwest water vapor loop. We can see that tropical moisture field right here moving through Arizona and New Mexico. That's been separated deliberately and purposely by a transmitter right in here. Just separated all that moisture. And like I say, this area here was heavily sprayed. If you go back to that Modus Today map, we can see the tremendous aerosol spraying over, and this is the New Mexico and Texas border here. You see the top of Texas, it comes around, and but there it is. So the chemtrails are very effective, in fact, and we see proof of that here. All these chemtrails are sprayed over New Mexico and Arizona today to prevent that moisture, that tropical Pineapple Express moisture field from delivering any rain into these two states. Okay, so we've got chemtrailing going on here and no chemtrailing going on here. The rain falls on this side, but not on this side. Okay, so that's real simple to figure out. So we just want to help Russell Max understand what's going on here. I understand he's probably being paid to troll these sites and give his opinions and so on, but you know, the evidence is pretty clear what's going on. Okay, here's the swell report. That storm that just passed through is generating 20-foot seas right off of Central California right here. And here is the surface analysis map. And we can see a couple of lows right up off of the northwest. We have this high pressure that has moved back towards the Southern California and West Coast area. We have a cold front right here. And there is a forecast for more rain tomorrow. We'll have to see what happens. We have another big storm up here, 968 millibar. There's actually two lows, and these are moving due east. All right, let's take a look at some of these other maps. This is one of the Doppler maps. I took a screen capture of Southern California right around 12:09 p.m. today. We see all these yellow cells moving, and this is what dumped the rain over a lot of Southern California in pretty short order. So next we have a shot taken at 1:38 p.m. today. And this was rather interesting because it was raining out in the valley, and then right here we have a very straight edge that went all the way down into downtown LA. We can put the envelope on this and demonstrate how straight that is. And this is downtown to Quartz Hill. It's probably, as the crow flies, probably 50 miles or so, maybe 60 miles. So that's very, very straight. And we'll show some other, and also up over here, we see these breakups in the rain. This is actually a wedge-shaped feature right here. We've got one cut in the along the snow cell of snow right there, and then there's another cut right through there. So there's a wedge-shaped feature there. Next is we have Tucson, Arizona, and we see all the manipulation going on here. There's a transmitter right in this area, as we mentioned. And here's another shot of greater Los Angeles with that same feature. This was taken at 144. We see the straight edge right there. Very straight. Okay, let's take a look. Now this was taken at 3:13 p.m., this screenshot. And notice Phoenix and New Mexico, there's just no rain, and yet that very strong Pineapple Express flow is just powering right through this area, and there's very, very little rain, and that's because of the tremendous chemtrail spraying that we were just looking at in the MODIS Today map. Okay, so that is the proof that the chemtrails are being sprayed. The desiccants in the chemtrails cause the capping inversion layer, and we don't have atmospheric lift. The chemtrails prevent the lift, and that prevents the precipitation process. All right, now here again is the southwest water vapor loop, and we can see that clear separation right here, which has separated this flow from this storm that moved in. Okay. Now we can also see the high pressure right here is breaking up all this moisture in the jet stream. This is diving down, it wants to spin counterclockwise, but look what they're doing right here. This is all breaking up. You can see the color change. The yellow goes to green. Then we see a lot of dissipation. It just evaporates right down here. So this should have been Sunday's rain, but it looks like they're drying everything out. And of course, we can see the hole there from the transmitter, which is breaking all this up. This over here is being surrounded by a transmitter. We can already see that big outline. This will probably remain stationary for a day or two, maybe more, until all this is neutralized and moved out. Okay, so that's the report, and we'll do another one later.